Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. So I'm back here again for another review for The Walking Dead. This is the 7th season, 5th episode. The name of this episode is The Go-Getters. Coming off the last episode, which was actually pretty interesting in terms of like emotional weight and just what Rick was going through and what, you know, everybody in Alexandria had to deal with the ramifications of now that Negan was running everything. But one thing that they left out was what happened to Maggie. There was a grave left there, and so we were left to assume either one, that she really died from the childbirth, or two, you know, Pastor Gabriel did cover it up and then she's somewhere else. If you know the comics, you know exactly where she's at. And this is food for thought. A lot of the comics, segues that are going on for progression, I think the last episode was 104, this will be like 105. If you know that section in time, everything is lining up how it's supposed to, which I think that's amazing. Being a comic fan, I think they're doing a great job of actually establishing that. But in terms of with Maggie, this episode to me solidified her as one of the strongest characters of this show in so many different ways. I mean, the first shot with her and Sasha at the graveside with Abraham and Glenn, like literally, if you look at my reaction, I literally started to well up into tears. And then the issue with this episode that I had was Gregory. Gregory was just a straight up coward, callous jerk. And I was like, yo, I actually want Gregory put out of his misery, you know? And he had kind of antagonized her and Sasha, told him to leave, and was just being so disrespectful in front of the grave, I might add. And I was just like, yo, who is this cat? But either way, as I said, Maggie has such tact. Sasha, she actually showed a lot of tact. It's shown from where they were to where they are now, they have grown so much. You know what I'm saying? When I think about them at Terminus, I think now they're such well-rounded characters and natural-born leaders. I don't want to spoil who's going to end up being the leader of the Hilltop, but I got to say the way it's lining up is going to be perfect. And the other guy, Paul, or people call him quote-unquote Jesus, he's actually a really good character as well. I mean, not only like when the Saviors dropped that little atom bomb with the car and the noise, and like Sasha and him had to go blows for blows. Dude, this dude did some drop kicks. I was like, yo, this cat is a G. You know what I'm saying? We saw a little bit of his skill set last time, but like him and Sasha, they just like train over all the freaking walkers in the area. And then Maggie with the coup de grace, they were saying to her that, you know, one, she kept the baby, but she has to be careful how she interacts and does stuff, and I think she wants to do that. She doesn't want to do anything too much because she desperately want to make sure she has Glenn's baby. But she's in a tractor trailer just rolling walkers down. I thought that was the highlight of the episode. And then the other half of this episode, which I actually did like, which they didn't have to go there. They went back and refound what was going on with Rick and what was going on with Carl. With Rick, yo, Michonne is such a great mom for Carl, and she's really a great kind of wife for Rick. He needs her. Like that kiss that she gave him, I thought that was so needed. And then with Carl, like he's just not gonna let that stand. And I think that his conversation with Enid, well, it kind of got a little bit melodramatic with them kind of skating through in a zombie apocalypse, but I mean, crazier things have happened in Fear the Walking Dead, so I'm not gonna go there. But it does show how much Carl has grown to hate and just like completely remove all semblance of emotion, and it's just like he's gonna try to do something. And I know based on the comics what's gonna happen. If what plays out in the comics happens on television, I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. I thought this episode was a really well-rounded episode. Man, I don't even know what I would give it. I didn't see any real faults with it. I thought that the pacing stuff with Gregory was a little kind of why Jesus didn't want to just go and be like, yo, Gregory, you're wrong for this. And I didn't understand that, but based on the comics, I understand it. But then towards the end, like with the guy that plays Trevor on Grand Theft Auto as a villain, I was like, there was never a moment I felt like Gregory was going to be safe. I was like, Gregory's going to die, you know? And even though, you know, nothing really happened of it, like, he did a great job of acting that role. So I think that the guy, even that plays, you know, Trevor on Grand Theft Auto, and this, he does a really good job. So I give this episode a 9 out of 10. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Leave in the comment section below what you thought about it. I'm about to go check out this Talking Dead. And prayerfully, I should be able to get this reaction done by tonight. But I'll talk to y'all soon. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, everybody.